I'm going to do the trial of Socrates. It's another one where you all have a part. But let me say you can bury yourself in the part. Just tell you about yourself. You are the people of Athens. 2 generations ago, you waged a war against the mightiest power in the world, the King of Kings, Persia. A bit to your own surprise, you defeated it. And then, since when? You've been strutting your way through the Eastern Mediterranean, becoming a power, lauding your democracy. And then, a generation ago, your fathers got involved with a battle with the city-state to the south, the one you've always rather despised. Now this battle has gone on for 20 years, until you're heartily sick of it. It's seen some acts of courage and some great battles, but perhaps more treachery and blood. But now it's over. Last year it ended, and you lost. The Spartans invaded Athens. They got rid of your beloved democracy. They put 30 tyrants in its place. That was last year. But this year you had a coup. You reinstated your democracy. And this might be the very last few days of freedom. Now you're determined to do something. You see, throughout all of that, there's been a man. There's always a man, isn't there? Oh, he's bled for you, he's fought for you, he saved some of your lives. But you get the feeling his heart isn't in it, that he's a snide from the side. And in these last days of your freedom, you're going to put him on trial for his life. But you don't really want to kill him. That's not what the point is. The point is that he's going to stand up and he's going to admit he's wrong and agree to go to exile, like so many others have. And the action of the apology starts at the moment of high drama. The moment Socrates gets up and everybody has to fall silent and listen to what he's going to say. Now for your words. Towards the end of this piece, I will say, what is the sentence? What is the sentence? And the correct answer, however you feel, however I make you feel, is guilty. Okay? So you shout, when I say, what is the sentence? It's guilty. And then, what is the verdict? Death. And I do mean however I make you feel. Right? Try to bury yourself in the Athenian parts. The point about this is that tension. I hope you've all been enjoying the show quite as much as I have. That last speech of Milesius, it moved me. When he described that bounder, that cad, that corrupter of the youth, I was so angry, I wanted to go and hit the individual. I'm sure you all felt the same. That is, of course, until I remembered it was meant to be me, and not a word of the speech was true. What really brought me here? I'm not sure. I think it must go back to your Father's Day, to when my erstwhile friend Aristophanes wrote that wonderful play where I was a farting, burping fool with a paradoxical ability to prove the right argument wrong and the wrong argument right. How we laughed in those days. But I don't think I'm laughing now, because I think you've mistaken this cheap farce for this tragedy of ours. Now, back in those days, my friend Xenophon, who many of you knew, but is dead now, rode off to the oracle at Delphi, and in that questing way of his said, "Who is the most wise of men?" Do you know what the oracle said? It said, "It is Socrates, of course." Well, when I heard that, I laughed. It seemed so ludicrous. You see, I had always thought that I was bone stupid. So I, perhaps impiously, I don't know, decided to prove the immortal gods quite wrong. I went and I asked the greatest and the wisest of our city. And I questioned them long, examining their policies, looking at their beliefs. Do you know what I found? All of their beliefs and most of their actions are based on ignorance and folly. So I thought to myself, okay, I might have guessed that. I'll go and ask the people who I admire most, the poets. And I went questioned them. And I think poetry must be written from some kind of instinct that allows you to say clever, wise things. For beyond that art, they knew nothing. So I thought, all right, I'll go and ask the people I know best. My people, the craftsmen. And I asked the craftsmen and discovered that beyond their art, they knew nothing. But now, I think I was beginning to realise what the great gods might have meant. For I was the wisest of men, because I alone realised I was stupid. Back in those days, many of my pupils no doubt copied my style and made themselves a nuisance and mocking the rulers. I apologise then. I apologise freely now. That's not why you... Better look at the charge sheet. That's not why you've put me on trial for my life. Melesius,
Yes?
you say here I am guilty of corrupting the youth of Athens. I think I would say I educate them. So Melesius, as you are quite the expert, can you tell me, who do you think should educate the youth of Athens?
Well, the people and the laws.
Oh, well that seems all right then. What lucky little fellows the youth of Athens are to have so many benefactors. They must do so very well, mustn't they? Mustn't they? Hang on a minute. Who is it do you trust to make pots? Anyone? Or a man who spent his life learning how to cast clay? And who is it do you think should break in horses? You, me? Or a man who spent his life learning how to break in horses? Surely it is the latter. Who then do you think, Melesius, should educate the youth of Athens? The public who don't give a hoot about them? Or a man who has spent his life studying the art? Now there was another thing you had me up for. What was it? Oh, leading the people of Athens astray by worshipping divinities of my own. But I actually notice you really think that I don't believe in God at all. Is that right?
No, none whatever.
Then I'll ask you straight, Melesius, what kind of madman do you take me for? A man who believes in things divine and divinities, but not in God. Do you know what that would be like? That would be like a lawyer who believes in argument, but not in truth. I'll tell you about it. In our recent struggles, I've kept myself apart from you. Oh, I've bled for you. I've saved your lives. But I haven't been part of your council. Why? Simple. I've already said it. I haven't cared for power and influence. Why? Because I think power and influence is founded on ignorance. And it is from ignorance evil arises. Do you not see? Truth is beauty. Beauty is freedom. So let me tell you, people of Athens, how it has always seemed to me. The unexamined life is not worth anything. And so it has always seemed to me that I was put amongst you by some mischievous god or sprite, to be, as it were, your greatest trainer. To teach you how to think. To show you all how to be truly, finally free. And what is my reward? Put me on trial for my life. So be it. Oh, don't think I'm going to plead for mercy or run away. Why? Because throughout my life, I've been guided by a little voice in my head. I guess you might call it my conscience. And my conscience says, stay and plead. And I ask you to look into your own consciences as you decide. So what is it? What is your verdict?
Guilty!
Now I know the custom. I have to suggest a penalty more fitting than death. More fitting my crimes. I have it. Why don't you treat me like a trainer? A real trainer. Give me a good dinner once a day. Am I being flippant? Alright. Think of something else. How about paying a fine? But I haven't got any money. I'll give you all the money in my pocket if you like. What was that, Plato? Oh, I've got an offer from the front. Plato has agreed to sell his father's farm. Does your father know? So either all the money in my pocket or Plato's father's farm. Is that enough to buy my innocence, people of Athens? What is your sentence?
Death!
Do not think even now I am going to plead for mercy. Why? Because I think I believe in things eternal, more truthfully. And my heart quickens with joy to think that I go amongst them once again. Remember to sacrifice a black cock to Aeschylus. Thank you, and good night.